Today we will discuss the back exercise. Good afternoon, everybody. The making of a national movement. The making of national movement. It's exercise we will discuss on today. Question number 1. Why were the people dissatisfied with the Why were the people dissatisfied with the British rule in the 1870s and 1880s? So what were the reasons responsible for dissatisfaction among the Indians in relation to the British Empire? So what were the reasons responsible for this? So the reasons responsible for the dissatisfaction among the Indians in relation to the British Empire was the first, Vernacular Press Act of 1878. Vernacular Press Act of 1878. Vernacular Press Act of 1878. According to this act, government confiscate newspapers. Government restricted newspapers to publish anything which is objectionable. Anything which is objectionable related with British Empire. Vernacular Press Act of 1878 enacted by the Britishers, according to which government restricted freedom of those newspapers which are publishing objectionable matter in relation to British Empire, in relation to British policies. Second, Arms Act of 1878. The Arms Act was passed in 1878, which disallowing the Indians from possessing arms, disallowing Indians for possessing arms. Third, Ilbert Bill of 1883. Ilbert Bill of 1883. It allowed the judges of Indian origin to try Europeans in India. Ilbert Bill passed, which provided for the trial of British or European individuals by Indians and sought equality between the British and Indian judges. Equality between Indian and British judges. Clear? Question number 1 clear. Vernacular Press Act of 1878. Vernacular Press Act of 1878. Arms Act of 1878, which restricted that the Indians, they can't possess as the firearms. And third, as the Albert Bill of 1883, which states that the trial of Britishers, the Europeans, it will be as collectively taken by the British and Indian judges. British and Indian judges. Clear? British and Indian judges. Now the second question, who will answer this? Who did the Indian National Congress wish to speak for? Indian National Congress, INC, formed in 1885 at Bombay by A.O. Hume. A.O. Hume. It speaks for, Congress speaks for all the Indians. It speaks for all the Indians, irrespective of class, caste, language, race, etc. Class, language, caste, color, and gender, etc. It stated that India, its resources and systems were not of any class or community. Its resources and systems were not of any class or community of Indian, but of all different community of India. Community of India. Community of India. Badruddin Tayyib ji states that Congress is composed of the different communities of India. Congress composed of different communities of India. Clear? Question number 2 clear. Question number 3. What economic impact did the First World War have on India? So what kind of the impacts raised by the tenure of a First World War? First World War outbreak in 1914, which continued till 1918, 1914 to 1918. Under this tenure means time period. Under this tenure, iron and steel industries. First point is, under this tenure, iron and steel industries supplied war equipments like arms and ammunition, arms and ammunition for war front. Second, cotton textile industries. Cotton textile industries supplied uniforms. Cotton textile industries supplied uniforms to soldiers. Uniforms to soldiers. Third, uniforms to soldiers. Third, rise in defense expenditure. Rise in defense expenditure. During the First World War, total amount of expenditure on war increase for purchasing of arms, ammunitions, for purchasing of arms, ammunition, for which Britishers increase as their expenditure. Fourth point, increase in taxes. Britishers started to increase the number of taxes, to complete their war necessities like purchasing of ammunitions. Fifth, hike in prices, increase in prices of goods. Britishers started to compensate their losses of war through increase in prices of goods. Which create problem to ordinary people. It create problem to ordinary people. Sixth, increase in a number of industries. Britishers started to set up more number of industries in Indian subcontinent. Increase more number of industries in Indian subcontinent. Through these industries, they can complete their loss in war front, economic loss in financial loss in war front, clear? Financial loss in war front, financial losses in war front. Question number 4. What did the Muslim League resolution of 1940 ask for? 1940 asked for. The resolution passed by Muslim League resolution passed by Muslim League, resolution passed by Muslim League in 1940, 1940, 1940, 1940, the resolution passed by Muslim League in 1940, 1940 demanded, it demanded, it raised the demand of independent states, demand of independent states, demand of independent states, independent states, independent states for the Muslims in the northwestern and eastern areas of the country, northwestern and eastern areas of the country. These regions known for the majority of Muslim community, majority of Muslim community, majority of Muslim community. The resolution did not mention, the resolution did not mention, the resolution did not mention partition or Pakistan, partition for Pakistan. This resolution of a Muslim League in 1940 did not mention regarding the formation of Pakistan. Clear? Formation of Pakistan. Next, fifth question. Next, fifth question. Who were the moderates? How did they propose to struggle against our British rule? Moderates were the group of Congress people. Moderates, these were the group of leaders in Congress party, leaders in Congress party, leaders in Congress party, those who wanted that the British to train Indians in the art of self-government, They respected British ideals. They believed that, moderates believed that the British respected the ideals of freedom and justice. British respected the ideals of freedom and justice. The first part of a question. Ideals of freedom and justice. Second part of question, how did they propose to struggle against our British rule? Moderates propose their struggle against our British rule, through two ways: as promotion to Swadeshi goods, promotion to Swadeshi goods, promotion to Swadeshi goods, and boycott foreign goods and services. Foreign goods and services. They opposed, they boycott, moderates in later stage, they rejected, they boycott the foreign goods and services and promoting the use of a Swadeshi items, means promotion of those goods which manufactured in India, which were manufactured in India by Indians. By Indians, clear? By Indians. Next question, question number 6. How was the politics of the radicals within the Congress different from that of the moderates? That of the moderates. That of the moderates. So the first point, the politics of the radicals within the Congress, it was as a different from the policies of the radicals within the Congress, it was as a different from moderates, different from moderates. The radicals were proposed, radicals were proposed to the politics of prayers, followed by the moderates within the Congress. First point, they laid stress on self-reliance. Radicals stressed on self-reliance. Second, radicals demanded Swaraj from the British rule. They fight for the Swaraj from British rule, Swaraj or freedom from British rule. Third point, they adopted more radical ways of political agitation and told people to be bold The radicals advocated strikes and boycott for the completion of their demands. Now the moderates wanted self-government. Moderates demanded self-government or freedom within a British rule. Freedom within British rule. Moderates demanded reduction in expenditure on military matters. Reduction in reduction in expenditure of military matters, they would do nothing which would offend the British rulers. They would do nothing which would offend the British rule. They demanded reduction of taxes. They demanded reduction of taxes in general and land revenue in particular. Reduction in taxes and land revenue in general. They demanded to change in an arbitrary economy. They demanded to change in the arbitrary economy. Arbitrary economy within colonial rule. Clear? Within colonial rule. Arbitrary economy within colonial rule. Question number 7. Discuss the various forms that the non-cooperation movement took in different parts of India and how did the people understand Gandhiji. Gandhiji started non-cooperation movement in 1921-22, in which he opted a path of satyagraha, and non-violence. People participated in non-cooperation in different ways. First, shopkeepers organized bonfires, bonfires, bonfires. Shopkeepers organized bonfires to burn foreign clothes publicly. Shopkeepers organized the bonfires, bonfires, bonfires to burn foreign goods and clothes publicly. Second, students left schools, colleges, and universities. Students left schools, colleges, and universities. Third, lawyers refused to go in courts. Lawyers refused to go in courts for judicial purposes. Fourth, people refuse to follow British rules and regulations. Indians refuse to follow rules and regulations, British rules and regulations. And offered themselves. People opposed or refused to follow British rules and regulations and offered themselves offered themselves for arrest, offered themselves for arrest. Fifth, Muslims in a larger number, they opposed British policies and started a Khilafat movement, started Khilafat movement. Sixth, in Assam, laborers refuse to work in tea farms, due to low wages, In Punjab. Seventh, in Punjab, Sikhs started movement against of Mahants, Mahants, M-A-H-A-N-T-S, against of Mahants, which were appointed to maintain Gurudwaras, which were appointed by Britishers to maintain Gurudwaras, which were appointed by Britishers to maintain Gurudwaras. Clear? Till there any questions? Question number 8. Why did Gandhiji choose to break the salt law? Why did Gandhiji choose to break salt law? In the year of 1927, Britishers imposed as the new taxes on common items which were as widely used by the Indians, like as a salt. Britishers started to collect as a tax on salt. To show their opposition to that act of our government, Gandhiji started he organized Dandi March, organized Dandi March organized the Dandi March. Gandhiji was thought that the reason behind poor conditions of Indians, it's due to the high taxes collected by Britishers, Second, peasants were forced to pay high revenue to Britishers. Clear? That's why as a Gandhiji decided to stop such kind of the injustice, for which as the salt march related with the general desire of freedom to a specific grievance shared by everybody and specific grievance shared by everybody. That's it. This was as the answer of a 8th question. Rest of the questions we will discuss on tomorrow. Rest of the questions we will discuss on tomorrow. Any questions? Any queries?